AJ Friar, Infamous Horrors. Guys, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon.
Great to be
So,
here.
this is from both of you. What got you two interested in Fear?
Well, Joe worked with Deon. I've been a fan of these two for years. And I was lucky enough to get the call and say, hey, would you be interested in shooting a film right now, considering the times and we'd have to do COVID protocol and all that. And the moment I found out who was attached, and it was just a couple people, I didn't know everybody yet, but Joseph and Deon, and I know, his producing partner, Roxanne, immediately, yes. Send me the script after. The answer is yes. And then I just happened to be in Tahoe where we filmed it. And for me, I think it was kismet. It couldn't have worked out any better. So it was a no-brainer for me.
AJ, I was sitting right here in Brooklyn, New York, and I answered the phone to my good buddy, Deon Taylor, and he said, hey, Big J, I'm going to do a movie. You want to do a movie? I said, what are you talking about, man? We're in the middle of a pandemic. He goes, I know. We're still going to do this movie. I said, you know what? Let's just do this movie. So literally a couple of days after that, 5 days after that, I believe, my wife and I and our little COVID cat from Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, we packed ourselves in a car and we drove out all the way to Sonora, California, then up to Sacramento, then over to the Strawberry Lodge where all hell broke loose. So I tackled my fear by saying, I don't know what's out there. I don't know what's happening. There wasn't a script yet for this film. There was an idea, and that's all Deon needs because he just operates, shoots from the hip, but he knows where he's shooting. He's a great shot. He's a great friend, an incredible director, and I think I speak for everybody in this film that we had a great time making one of the first films ever in production in the United States of America during a pandemic.
Yeah.
And independent horror films have kind of made a comeback on the big screen, kind of thanks to the drive-ins during the pandemic. So how does this feel having this play in cinemas across the nation as well?
Amazing. I mean, it's over 2,000 screens it's going to hit. And you're totally right. It is that kind of the independent horror film has hit because they've gotten intelligent, great performances, great concepts like we have with Fear. It's a transcendent concept that everybody's going to be like, oh yeah, that does scare me. Or some version of that is exactly like how I am. So it's an instructional tale as much as it is a big scare. And you're going to get your scares on here. They've done an amazing job. You got Ilonzeh here. So you got the sex and sexy right there. You get to look at her for an hour and a half long. You're welcome. And incredible performances throughout the entire film, and one of the scariest concepts I think of easily of the entire year.
Yeah, hands down.
Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us at Infamous Horrors today, and congratulations on Fear, and I can't wait to see it.
Thanks, AJ.
Thank you, AJ.